Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of a Man once again, and today we're going to do a reading log. This is the first time I do this, so please bear with me, and if you guys have any recommendations about how to make it better, please drop it down below in the comments and let me know. So to start this off, we're going to start with Kizumonogatari. This is by Nisio Isen and it's released by Vertical. And this was a fun story. It was a little difficult to get into at the beginning because the writing style is a little tough to get through. But once you get used to it, it was really easy to read. The story was pretty enjoyable. The character work was fun. But yeah, I had a review on it, so you guys should check it out. It's on my channel. I'll leave it up in the card as well. And yeah, so next, I read volumes 1 and 2 of Chasing Dragons. This is a really great story. It's very episodic, but the focus here is on the art and the kind of interesting world building, really, in my opinion. The characters are fun. But really, it's all about the beautiful art, the kind of food aspects of the story, and the dragon lore that kind of comes with it. This was cool, really enjoyable, and I love that they include recipes at the end of each chapter that you could recreate in real life if you wanted to. It like tells you what type of meat to use if the dish requires dragon meat in the series. So it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Next, I read DanMachi Volume 3, or Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Really good book. This one was kind of like the climax of this story arc of the first 5 books. It was really good how it kind of built up all of this stuff in the first 2, and then it all kind of came to a head right now in this volume, and it was really fun to read. It's only 200 pages or less than, so it was really fast, but it felt even faster because I was literally just seeing someone battle, and it was really, you know, like fast and rhythmic, I guess. Like it was really easy to get caught up in it. And yeah, I have a review of all 3 of those volumes and a review of this one as well. This is Lord of Goblins. This is the 4th one I read. This one was okay. It was better than okay, actually. It was above average, but it wasn't the best. This is an original English light novel, the first one I've read. And I got this for free in exchange for a review, which was really cool. And I liked it, actually. It was a little rough around the edges at the beginning. The first 50 or so pages are difficult to read, or difficult to like want to pay attention to, I guess. But after that, it really streamlines and it like gets good and enjoyable and stuff. There's some problems with it that I already, you know, let the authors know about, but overall enjoyable read. I definitely recommend it if you guys want to pick it up. I think it's available on Amazon. So yeah, now all of these next ones are going to be things I haven't reviewed yet, but they should come up sometime next week, the beginning of August, and maybe into the 2nd week of August. I don't know yet. I don't know exactly how my schedule's working out because I have a class that I have to do up until the 6th. And then I have school starting out at the end of August again, so I'm not sure how I'm going to schedule my videos from now on. But yeah, so Food Wars Volume 1 is the first thing I read after I started my class on the 6th of July. It took me a while to get through this, actually, but really good volume. Really enjoyed the whole food like competition thing that's going on. I think it's a really cool concept. I really like the execution, and the art is beautiful. Shun Saeki draws female characters really nicely. I mean, he draws every character nicely. But the female characters specifically looked really, really nice, and they didn't all look the same. Like, you know, in Death Note or like Takeshi Obata, all of his female characters kind of look the same. I mean, all of his male characters kind of look the same, so whatever, I guess, but yeah, this wasn't a problem, I guess, in this volume, and I really enjoyed the whole food war thing, so it was really nice. Review coming for this soon. Next is Tokyo Ghoul, which was honestly really disappointing in my opinion. I was super excited to get into this because everyone talks it up, and it's like, this is amazing, it's super cool, it's really interesting. But this first volume felt really boring and slow to me, so I don't really know if that's like a personal thing or if that's how the first volume feels. It just kind of wasn't that interesting, which is kind of sad because I was really looking forward to this whole like Asian take on vampires, essentially. But whatever. I'll give it another 1 or 2 volumes if I can find them used. But I don't know. I might have to DNF this. Yeah. So next I picked up 2 comic books. First, Witchblade versus Red Sonja. Review for this coming up as well. This one was interesting. I really like the whole like warrior woman thing, and I really like Witchblade and Red Sonja. I think those are interesting, like superheroes that are not superheroes. But I don't know. This was also a little bit disappointing. Like I was expecting Sarah and Sonia to really like have a team up, but they didn't really, and it was kind of sad. Like it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, so it was kind of lame. But overall, it was okay. Next is Wonder Woman. This one was a good one. It was different from what I had read before. Like it had a lot of the elements that I know of Wonder Woman, but it was a little different. I mean, I'm not like a super Wonder Woman nerd anyways, so it's entirely possible that this is very cliche and normal for Wonder Woman, but I just didn't see it. But there was a problem with the art here. Like sometimes she looked amazing, like from the side, and then like when they did close-ups of her face, like when they drew her face, you could never, like, it was never the same, and it was really concerning. Like sometimes she looked really old, and sometimes she looked like a guy, and sometimes she looked like a statue, and then there was another one where she looked like a JoJo's character. It was like all over the place, and it was really like disquieting, I guess. I didn't really enjoy it, but the story was good. It's just the art was kind of a little messed up. And I don't know, maybe I'm just spoiled from anime or in manga where like the only one person works on the whole thing, or like, well, they have assistants and stuff, but usually it's like one person's style is copied by everyone that's working on it, from what I understand. So yeah, this was a little disappointing as well. The last little bit of reading that I've been doing this month includes Death Note Volume 4. I kind of did myself a bit of disservice by watching the anime first. I watched it with my family, and it was like the only anime that I could think of that they would enjoy, which turned out to be true. My dad really liked it, so it was cool to be like, huh, yeah, see, anime's not for kids or whatever. But I did have myself a disservice because I watched that first, and then I started reading the series. And it kind of makes the series less impactful when you read it, when you already know what's happening. And given that it's so text heavy, it kind of felt boring a little bit while I was reading it. But overall, Death Note is a really good series. It's pretty well loved in the community. Maybe it's a little bit overhyped, but overall it's good. I enjoyed it. So yeah, the next thing I read was Bernard Cornwell's The Last Kingdom. So I actually had to re-record this section because I finished this the day right after I recorded this. And since I still had a few days before I upload, I decided to redo this part. So The Last Kingdom is a historical fiction, I guess. It follows this guy that didn't exist in real life, but that stands in for like a Viking, or like an Englishman raised by a Viking. As he kind of helps Alfred the Great kind of turn Danelaw period England into what it would end up being in the future, into, you know, the modern interpretation of England. It's really good. I watched the Netflix adaptation before I read this, but in this case, I didn't find it that boring because in the Netflix adaptation, I think what is covered in this book is in the first 4 episodes, so it's really shrunken down and changed up a bit to make it more like concise, I guess. So reading the whole thing was interesting enough to keep me engaged. It did take me about a month to read this, but it's because I have a class that I have to take during a 5-week period right now, and I just didn't have enough time to really read consistently, so manga was like my go-to over a real book. or like a regular style book. But yeah, it's a really good one. It's really enjoyable. I think it's kind of similar to Vinland Saga from what I understand, but I haven't read it yet, so I don't know. If you guys have, please let me know in the comments. Is it similar? Is it not similar? Is it very different or something? Yeah. And then the last thing I picked up, or that I've been reading lately, is Tamer, King of the Dinosaurs, by Michael Scott Earl. But this one is kind of like game-lit or harem-lit, I guess. I don't know what to call it. I've already read this before, like in January, but I wanted to reread it so I could review it for the channel, because I think this is an interesting parallel to light novels and you know, stuff like that, like in the same sort of style as that. Plus it has dinosaurs, so it's really fun. It basically deals with this guy that gets transported into this other world that has dinosaurs in it. He thinks it's a game, but I don't know if that's really true. And he ends up interacting with a couple women, and so they kind of build their home and stuff, and it's like survival game type of mechanics, as well as a guy developing relationship with 3 women. One of them is like a cheetah girl, like what was her name? Chitara from Thundercats. The other one is a like stone golem kind of person. And the last one is like a Spider Woman, like the one from Monster Musume, kind of. And yeah, it's just interesting, but I don't know how much to talk about it, kind of. But yeah, that was basically it. This is all I've been reading this month. I might end up picking up 1 or 2 more books between the release of this video and the end of the month, but well, I very much doubt it, so this is kind of it. But if you guys are interested in keeping up with what I'm reading, please follow me on Instagram and Twitter and stuff. I post updates, pictures, and sometimes mention things that I would normally not mention in videos, so please follow me and like my posts and stuff. And obviously, please like and subscribe and comment down below. It would really help me out. Let me know how I did on this reading log. It's like the first time I do something like this, so I'm not really sure how I should do it. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and see you guys later.